I can't believe I'm saying this, but Chris Jericho might have won me over with his new gimmick. Let's break that down and more, segment by segment, emoji by emoji. You're watching Allison Analysis. The episode started in pure chaos as Jeff Cobb and Kyle Fletcher attacked Jon Moxley as he made his way to the ring. Bryan Danielson then came down, his music continued playing, and this was very Anarchy in the Arena-esque. It was blatantly, teasing that, building towards that Double or Nothing, of course, against the New Elite, and it was a really entertaining, fast-paced start to the show. It gets a thumbs up from me. I kind of wish that they referenced, Anarchy in the Arena and, how the music was still playing in the same way to that a little bit more on commentary, but the actual segment, the actual opening was brilliant in my opinion. But then we got to the tag match itself. Danielson, Moxley versus Jeff, Cobb, and Kyle Fletcher. And boy, oh boy, did these guys know how to open a show. It was chaotic. It was fun. And yeah, they got the crowd going. And that's the most important part, because once you get the crowd going, then you hope they're good to go for the rest of the night. And they were. And I believe this match has to play a part in that. So I am giving them a subtle round of applause. A great opener to Dynamite. Adam Copeland then came down to the ring to see if Malachi Black would accept his challenge for a barbed wire steel cage match, which gets me hyped. But the House of Black attacked Adam Copeland, and then Malachi Black stole his wedding ring. We had Kyle O'Reilly try and make the save, and he did for a very brief moment make the save, but unfortunately the numbers game was too strong and he got taken out as well. I mean, this segment was money. Take my money. This feud has been great. Maybe Malachi Black's best feud in AEW so far. And I mean, it's one of his only ones, I guess, but it has been really terrific. Adam Copeland seeing, this dark side of him, it always comes out a lot better. Really, really fun opening. Well, opening segment, whatever you want to call it, following the opening match. But the one thing that I will say is before this, I think they should have shown a video package showing Adam Copeland on Collision making, the challenge, saying, barbed wire steel cage match and showing a replay. Because, hey, let's look at it from a stats point of view. A lot of the Dynamite viewers don't watch Collision, so I'm going to actually give it a thumbs down for not mentioning that. They mentioned it on commentary, but that's not enough, especially when Adam Copeland's making his way to the ring. Nobody's really listening. They're listening to his banger theme song. So yeah, they should have just showed it in a video package. It's not hard to do, and it would have been cool to see that promo again. But the actual the actual segment itself with Malachi beating down Adam Copeland, well, that was just really awesome. The Young Bucks then defeated Matt Sydal and Christopher Daniels. And talking about recaps, they should have kind of recapped, the issues that Daniels has had with the Young Bucks in recent weeks. But the match was fine. It was decent. Nothing special, but it did its job. The Young Bucks EVP gimmick continues to go strong. But then after the match, well, I'm going to have to give another subtle round of applause because the Young Bucks fired Christopher Daniels. And I mean, this promo was just hilarious. These guys, honestly, this Young Bucks gimmick, it's just brilliant. It's annoying. It's almost annoying how good it is. And that's the point of it. I mean, they've just become what everybody said they were, and it's worked. Malachi Black then cut a promo backstage accepting Adam Copeland's challenge, but said that if Adam Copeland loses, well, he's got to bend the knee to the House of Black. Thumbs up from me. I mean, why wouldn't it be at the end of the day? We then had Hawk return and just squash a jobber. I mean, he's come back and he's come back with a point to prove. But then out comes the learning tree, Chris Jericho alongside Big Bill. And I cannot believe I'm saying this. I really can't. But Chris Jericho might have won me over again with this new gimmick. It's quite entertaining, isn't it? I mean, his in-ring stuff, it's still not what it used to be. There's no doubt about that. There's no hiding that. But this gimmick's entertaining again. And I mean, he's just like what the Young Bucks are doing, where he's just playing into everything that everybody's saying about him online. And it's working. It's entertaining. And it's annoying how positive he is about it all. And it's just this Hawk and Jericho feud. I think it's got a lot of depth to it. I'm excited to see where it goes. Swerve then faced Brian Cage after the Mogul Embassy turned on Swerve last week. And this match, well, it was great, wasn't it? A round of applause, no doubt about it. Is there any surprise? Probably not. Swerve got the victory. The only thing I would say is I would have liked, the Embassy to attack Swerve after the match because, this should feel like a bigger deal, the fact that, his own faction turned on him. It shouldn't be a one and done match against Brian Cage, even if it was a great match. But then, then out came Christian Cage, everyone's favorite father figure, and Nick Wayne, the prodigy son. Well, he took out Swerve Strickland from behind and smashed a family portrait on the head of Swerve. Swerve was dripping with blood, and Christian Cage took the portrait, put it in his face, and he basically did his father figure gimmick, and this was excellent. Listen, I said it at the start of this feud. I thought it was thrown together. I thought they could have gone to it better, but ever since this feud started, well, it's been great. Take my money. This segment was excellent. Christian Cage is proving why he's one of the best heels. Babyface he's such a great guy in the business. I'm excited for their match at Double or Nothing now, and this was a great segment to continue advancing that storyline. We then headed to the backstage area where we saw Huck and Shibata. And Huck said, I'm going to go through anybody to get a shot at Chris Jericho. And Shibata pulls out his Google Translate and goes, even me? And Huck says, even you. I will take you out if that needs to be the case because I want Chris Jericho. And then Samoa Joe walked in and said, Huck, this is exactly what Chris Jericho wants you to do. Have you not learned anything? He wants you to turn on your friends. I thought you after the feud with me, you'd learned a lot, but clearly you haven't. And he walks away. And this is getting a subtle round of applause because I'm getting the feeling that Samoa Joe is going to be the new mentor to Huck. And I love that. I love the dynamic in this segment. Shibata with Google Translate is just hilarious, isn't he? We're kind of seeing Huck in a more prominent position than he was in before on Dynamite. So again, maybe this Chris Jericho feud has worked. We're all eating our words a bit on that one, I think. But yeah, Samoa Joe and Huck, take my money. Their feud for the AEW Championship was brilliant. And now it looks like Huck's got a new mentor. And I love that for him. Toni Storm then defeated Harley Cameron, and I love both of these women. The match itself I thought was decent, but it was nothing special. But if I'm being completely honest, I just don't care about this storyline, and that's no fault of the competitors. It's just, I think it's just been a little poorly written. I think they're kind of going over the top with certain aspects of it right now, and they're just not focusing on the big point here, which is Serena Deeb and Toni Storm. Their match at Double or Nothing. Obviously, Serena Deeb was at ringside and all of that, but it seems like we're kind of just building a bit of a weird storyline between, Toni Storm, Mariah May, obviously, but then there's Mina from Stardom, and there's also, of course, Harley Cameron now as well. I'm not complaining about it. I'm not complaining about seeing any of these women. I think they're all terrific, but I just think the story's I don't know. It's just not clicking for me. Maybe it's a me problem. Maybe it's just not the story for me. But hey, I'm much more interested in the other segment we'll get into in just a second between Willow and Mercedes Monae. But before we do talk about that, we've got to get into the insane backstage segment between Will Ospreay and Roderick Strong, because these two, of course, had their backstage segment, and it was excellent. The two, really cut deep into each other, and it deserves a subtle round of applause from me. There's no other way to say it. But Will Ospreay called himself the international GOAT. If you're the GOAT, the self-acclaimed GOAT, then why are you going for a mid-card championship? A GOAT can't be a mid-carder. I'm sorry. I don't see that. My phone's going off. Hello?
Ben Allison, moron on Wrestle Republic. Guess what? It's 4 a.m. in Japan. I saw your latest Allison Analysis, Ben. Guess what? Yeah, I heard that you say Will Ospreay is not a main event star because he's not going after a main event level title. Well, guess what? He held the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship and elevated that into a main event title. So I don't know what you're thinking. You must be out of your fucking brains. Guess what? You better fucking stop saying jack shit like this, yapping on fucking Instagram reels about this shit, or else I'm gonna become a fucking Spurs fan. Guess what? Spurs won, and Spurs actually lost against Manchester City 2 days ago, and Arsenal has no chance to fucking win. And you better fucking stop yapping all this shit on the internet. Because Suki's fucking back at Wrestle Republic.
I can't believe it. Suki's back. We then had the face-to-face contract signing between Mercedes Monae and Willow, and both of these ladies cut brilliant promos. This was a fantastic segment. Take my money, Tony Khan. This entire storyline has been phenomenal so far, and I am hyped for it. But Willow stood in the ring face-to-face with Mercedes Monae and felt like the bigger star. And I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Willow Nightingale, she's just got a star power that cannot be described. She's captured the hearts of fans just so quickly, and it's hard to be a natural babyface. It really, really is. But Willow Nightingale is one of those, and it's a rarity. And I mean, she genuinely, like, she needs to beat Monae. I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't think she will, and I can't believe I'm saying Mercedes should lose her first match. But Willow's just that good. Like, it is crazy to me. It's just, she just oozes star power at like just a ridiculous level. I mean, honestly, I cannot wait for this match. It's what I'm probably the most hyped for at Double or Nothing. And this segment, well, it was just excellent. It was an excellent way to continue the storyline together. The main event was Dax the Axe Harwood against Kazuchika Okada for the Continental Championship. And as you'd expect, these guys delivered. A round of applause from me, no doubt about it. I mean, after the match, of course, we know Eddie Kingston's injured. He is out of the match at Double or Nothing. So who is going to help FTR and Bryan Danielson take on the Elite? Well, there was a return I certainly didn't see coming this early. Darby Allin returned just a couple of months after breaking his foot and then getting hit by a bus. I mean, honestly, this guy just doesn't die. People say all the time, oh, this guy's going to die young because of all the stuff he does in the ring. This guy just refuses to die. Honestly, it could be reported that he is dead, and I'd still expect him to show up the next week on Dynamite. I don't understand this guy. People are saying it's like Final Destination, where, they're trying to kill him and he's just dodging it. I don't even think that's the case. I think this guy's just got infinite lives or something. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I don't get it. But this guy, I mean, I'm actually maybe the most scared of him out of anybody on this roster. I mean, no matter what you do to him, no matter how many things he jumps off, looks like he's dead from, he'll just come back. He's impossible to kill. The unkillable. The John Wick of professional wrestling. Whatever you want to call him, it's Darby Allin. And he's in the match at Double or Nothing. And no doubt he's going to do some crazy stuff. That's just going to be the case. I'm excited for it. He's probably going to break his other foot. And then he's probably going to put on another match a week later. I don't know, but hey, I enjoyed this. He's back. Well done to him. Subtle round of applause, or not so subtle, because, I mean, this guy just can't be killed. It's scary. I mean, this guy's immortal. Overall, this was just a really great episode of AEW Dynamite and does deserve a subtle round of applause from me. I mean, it feels like AEW Dynamite has found the right balance, especially this week, between storytelling and in-ring action. It was a breeze to watch. Their issue remains, and it's been the same issue since 2019, that it's simply too hard to start watching if you haven't seen it before. They just don't do a good enough job at explaining matches and stuff before they happen. I mean, listen, I understand people say WWE has too many promo packages. I understand it. But there must be some happy medium, and the AEW need to find that, because I think they are putting people off their product by just how difficult it is to get into. But once you're into it, I mean, I think they're back to their best. I really, really do, or close to it at the very least. A lot of the things we were complaining about a few months ago, were they gone or improved? I mean, Chris Jericho's just, redeemed himself. He saved his gimmick, basically. He's got a new gimmick, and it saved his, career, basically. And the EVP stuff, I mean, people wanted to not like it, but it's won people over. What can I say? But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, and I also leave any feedback you have down below in the comments. And I will see you guys Saturday morning to talk a little bit of SmackDown.